welcome to Wayzata High School for a non-conference matchup in girls basketball, and it's a good one. A top 10 matchup between the Chaska Hawks coming in at 4-0 and the Wayzata Trojans, who are 5-0. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Ryan Iverson. And Ryan, boy, these teams get tested throughout the year, but not a bad way to get a real test here in the non-conference early in this season.
Well, I just love both boys and girls. These top teams playing each other early in the year. You love it. You put your undefeated record on the line, but you kind of find out who you are, right? If you win or lose, it's all a learnable event as you go into conference play. So I love both of these teams getting together. They're great teams, great programs, well coached. Should be a lot of fun tonight.
Both of these programs lost a very talented senior that's now playing well for the Gophers, and but it shows the depth of their program that the next wave is stepping in.
Yeah, a lot of talent. And again, you go to a youth basketball tournament for girls, Jay, it's Wayzata, 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 Wayzata. So they have a lot of depth. They have a lot of youth coming up, and they just kind of plug in when they lose pieces. And we've seen a number of girls graduate, go to major Division I programs, and Wayzata just replenishes, continues to be one of the top teams in the state.
Let's talk about key players to look at in this evening's contest, starting with the visiting Hawks. And Kennedy Sanders has been a mainstay in their program, and she's going to be headed west to play college basketball.
I remember seeing her as an 8th and a 9th grader, and she was tiny, but she was just electrifying. She just is great to watch, so exciting. She's so good with the ball, great passer, great scorer. She's headed to Colorado. As long as they got her as kind of that engine, and they surround her with girls that can shoot and can fill in, they're going to be a top team. She's fun to watch.
And for Wayzata, one of their top returners, Shannon Fornshell's had a good year, a good career, and she'll be playing at Drake.
Yeah, going another Division I player. She's got good length. She just plays hard. Wayzata just plays hard, and she just does a great job. It's kind of always in the right place at the right time. She can score inside out. She can rebound. She defends. So kind of does it all, but she's a great player.
Good crowd on hand, too. As Ryan said, there was a boys game before this one, and some of those folks are sticking around. I think it's a good test for both of these teams to see how they shape up, and it's part of a big week for Chaska, too. They've got STMA later this week in another non-conference game. Chaska, Wayzata, top 10 girls basketball matchup is on the way next here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to Wayzata High School as Wayzata's girls getting set to take on Chaska. The Wayzata boys defeated by a very good Lakeville North team in the first of our doubleheader here tonight. And kind of an interesting one, too. Not only a doubleheader, but not the same opponent.
Yeah, so it's kind of different.
A mixture. And obviously two very good opponents that the Trojans brought in on this night as well.
Yeah, it's weird not being the same opponent, but to your point, they got great games. So we're getting to see some of the best talent in the state for both girls and boys.
Let's take a look at starters for tonight's game. And both teams a little bit of a mixture, probably a little bit older lineup for Chaska, but both have a mixture. Kennedy Sanders, Anna Lenzen, Ashley Schulke, Aubrey Heyer, and Ella Keenan, the starters for Tara Seifert and the Hawks, and Kate Emelot, Sophie Hawkinson, Bryn Senden, Shannon Fornshell, and Abby Krasinski for Wayzata, and Julie Stewart getting the starting call here this evening.
Yeah, and to your point, it's been kind of fun watching the Gopher women, seeing some of these names we covered, and you see the gal from Chaska doing really well. Mara Braun, of course, from Wayzata, having a great start to her college career. And Annika Stewart for Nebraska scoring in double figures. So it's certainly fun to see the gals we cover have success in college, too.
And both these teams we talked about, being undefeated, but it isn't like they've played nobodies either. I mean, some good wins already on the docket for both of these clubs. Close wins over Centennial and Shakopee to start the year for Chaska, and then Lakeville North and Prior Lake they got after that, and we had a chance to see Wayzata right away against Maple Grove and got a good road win there, and so they've both not only been winning, but winning against good competition.
Yeah, challenged, yep. And unfortunately for either team, it doesn't get easier in conference play. They both play in really strong conferences.
Wayzata basketball first here is Bryn Senden being defended by Sanders, who got a piece of that one, but it gets over to the talented freshman Amelot, who, by the way, CCX Sports Play of the Week winner for a hoop she had in the Maple Grove game. And there's a drive to the hoop. Grzywinski will head to the free throw line after she is fouled.
Yeah, and you saw Kennedy Sanders right there almost get that steal. She's such a disruptor defensively. Great anticipation.
Heyer will pick up the foul as the free throw is good for Grzywinski, and so Trojans on the board first. In and out on the second. Back up top, and they'll swing it quickly. Good movement here, but good defense as well. Sanders dropping it down on the baseline. Ooh, nice little move and layup by Keenan, the sophomore.
Yeah, great little slithery move, baseline. I didn't know she was going to go up with it. Just kind of snuck it up there. Able to get it to fall. Good opening bucket.
Yeah, an unorthodox look, but it was a nice shot with the left hand. And that one hits the basket support after bouncing off the back of the iron there on the shot from Hawkins.
Yeah, watch Keenan here just kind of slide and didn't even realize she was going to shoot it. Went up with the left hand. Nice finish.
So a 2-1 lead here for Chaska. Kick it back out. Sanders going to line up that three ball, and that one's off. The pass was up a little bit higher, and I kind of had the feeling that she wasn't really in rhythm. Yeah.
Caught it high and then didn't quite get her legs underneath her, but that's an aspect of her game she's really worked on and gotten better at, is being a consistent three-point shooter.
Fornshell bringing the ball up court. Now Senda. Grzywinski cut off on the drive and the pass behind Amelot. It'll be a turnover on the Trojans. There's Tara Seifert, the longtime Chaska head coach, really built a strong program there.
Yeah, they're always in that state tournament and having one of the top 5 or 6 teams in the state.
And not that Chaska's a small school, but it's nowhere near as large as Wayzata. And that's an over and back violation there.
Well, it helps too when you got great talent that you can play and kind of depend on and grow with starting in 8th grade.
Wayzata yet to hit their first field goal here, trailing at 2-1. Hawkinson into the lane.
Oh, good cut.
Senden looking for the reverse, no good, but the follow-up is good for Fornshell.
Yeah, that's kind of her game, right? She's so versatile. She can shoot, she can offensive rebound, just always there. And a great presence of mind to get that offensive rebound and finish.
Hawks turn it over here, so Wayzata will get it back. Fornshell bringing it up court. Shows her versatility she can bring out, but I also think it's a little bit of respect for Kennedy Sanders. They don't necessarily want Senden to have to bring it up against pressure all game long.
No, because she's got those quick hands and she's just a nuisance defensively.
Schulke will swing it back out here to Heyer. And a reach-in foul on Hawkinson as he turned the corner there.
And that's where you want to let that go, because you got good height behind you with Fornshell at 6'2", Grzywinski at 5'11". You got good height there. Oh, nice play.
Off the inbound layup is good. Second bucket for Keenan as Wayzata got caught. Tried to draw the charge. Now Amelot's all alone, and she'll step back and take that three, and it's in and out.
That was halfway down.
Sanders crossing over at Senden. Layup and one. Nice swoop.
Yeah, she really used her body nicely there and really brought that ball, extended it as far left as she could. Watch her take the contact here, and just look how far away that ball is, too. Just smart play, good body control.
And you don't always think about a point guard like overpowering somebody or bumping them off, but she did right there.
No, and you can see her, too. I mean, she's 5'8", and she's got good strength to her game, too. Quickness and strength is a deadly combination.
Ella Goodnature, number 13 in there for Wayzata. Now Krasinski goes all the way, but was bothered on the shot and missed it.
Looks like Anna Lenzen might have just gotten enough of it to annoy her on that finish.
Another opportunity, this time it's good.
And that's where Wayzata can be so good, too, offensively, taking transition, getting a steal, rebound, and pushing it. A nice throw ahead, good heads-up play there by Amelot. Nice finish by Krasinski.
So a 7-5 lead here for Chaska as they have the ball front court. Here's Sanders. Little back cut there, layup plus the foul. Nice finish by Lenzen as she was being kind of nudged on the hip. And the free throw will upcoming here as Goodnature fouled her.
Yeah, almost like a quarterback dropping it right over the defensive back. Placed perfectly. All Lenzen had to do was catch and finish that. Nice cut, nice pass.
Free throw also good. Sometimes you get caught trying so hard to deny that you don't see the ball coming there.
No,
like
it's
that.
just like in the NFL, right? Those D-backs, if you get your head up, you could probably get a hand on that or get a steal. Here's a transition look.
Krasinski not able to finish it. Amelot the rebound though. Back out to Fornshell, and then they'll go back inside and back out. Sendon popping a long one. It's a three for Bryn Sendon.
Yeah, she's for years now hit huge shots. There she gets a good kick on the baseline, knocks it down.
In there for Chaska, number 10, Alexis Schaefer, the 6-foot sophomore. And that'll be a traveling call going against Lenzen.
Yeah, nice little inside-out action. Krasinski knowing that there's double, knowing where her teammate is. Bryn Sendon knocks it down.
So Trojans back to within 2 and a chance to tie or take the lead here. Fornshell in the post. Little jump hook, and it is good. And Coach Seifert was talking about, she said, Wayzata has a little more post presence maybe than some of the teams we've played so far. So she was interested to see how her team would react to that tonight.
Well, do you see her use that shoulder, too, to kind of just create a little bit of separation? A nice physical move down low.
Goodnature will pick up her second foul there. It was kind of an excuse me foul, but
watch her left shoulder right there. Just kind of knocks her, creates about a foot of space, and all she has to get is a little 3 or 4 foot jump hook. Really, really well done.
A good presence to know. I mean, she kind of waited to see if a double was coming, and if not, she had the one-on-one. And most good post players, you expect to score when you get the ball there against just one defender.
Yep, absolutely.
Sanders buries a three.
Yeah, a little screen the screener action. She set a good screen. And a lot of times if you set that good screen as a guard, you're going to be the one that gets a good look. She knocks it down, nothing but net.
Jessica Oberlander, 41, is in there, 6'3", senior for Wayzata. And also Grace Weber, number 40, 5'5", senior, who the first game we didn't get a chance to see Grace because she was still participating in a national event with the Trojans cross-country team. But Energizer Bunny can really run. Here's Grace with the ball right now. And Oberlander, boy, it's not often you can bring a 6'3" post who's been recruited some off the bench too. And that's going to be a push as they went inside with it.
Yeah, they're going 4 around 1, really working to get Fornshell the ball down in the post.
Ashley Schulke, her first personal.
They'll get Schulke with that foul. Trojans will inbound on the baseline. Weber kept possession there and didn't travel apparently. Out of traffic. Oops, and then Goodnature is starting to cut just as Oberlander threw the ball. Or Fornshell, excuse me. So Schaefer kicks it inbound here to Sanders. 13-10 Hawks. A little over 5 minutes into the contest. Another back cut. That was a tough one, though. They had to kick it back out. Inside, and the shot missed there for Keenan. Hawkinson going to bring it back out top and restart. And again, they want to go to Fornshell. Knocked away. Sanders comes up with it.
Oh, nice look.
And then a foul as Keenan tried to go up with that one and was fouled by the Trojans.
Yeah, and that's one where you just want to let her shoot that, right? She was running a little out of control underneath the basket. Don't bail him out with the foul, but Sanders does a great job of ending up with that.
Hawkinson will pick up her second.
Just contest that one without the contact.
Keenan no good on the free throw. Wholesale changes here. Josie Lakowski coming in for Chaska. In for Wayzata, Hayden Keatzer, number 15. Sendon also coming back in. Amelot back in as well. Keenan's second free throw is good, so now 5 points in the contest for her. Kylie Silas, number 15, checking in. Speaking of size off the bench, 6'3" senior for them.
Nice to have. Matching 6'3" off the bench, pretty nice for both of these teams.
And they tried to go into that high post area, and we'll get a tie up as they were trying to get it to Oberlander. And Chaska will get it on the alternating possession. Oberlander was probably saying, you know, 6'3", I want
Throw
the
it
ball
up here,
not the bounce
yeah.
pass.
And Chaska doing a nice job at just defending those too, getting in the passing lane. Kind of disrupting the timing of Wayzata's offense.
And we're gonna get a push on Amelada's flashing free with Schaefer there. They've done a nice job of, you know, spreading the court well enough and then getting some cuts or backswings to free up cutters.
Yeah, Wayzata just got to do a better job of communicating on that, not letting them get a step or get open on it.
Swinging around and just barely got that pass through on the baseline. Those can be really dangerous. Sanders travel. Kuzminski coming back in here for Wayzata. She'll inbound, her team trailing it by 4. Weber looking for the cutter. Now we'll go to Kuzminski at the high post, and here's Sendon, and we're going to get a push away from the ball. Looks like Schulke will pick this up. Not sure if he was pushing through a screen or.
Looked like a diagonal coming, and she got beat by a half a step, able to try to hold on to her a little bit. Good call by the ref.
Tried to get into Krasinski, and she does make the catch ultimately, but it was tipped. Fornshell will drop it over. Abby Krasinski thought about it, now puts it on the deck and scores. That was a very believable shot fake, and that's why it worked.
And it doesn't have to be quick, right? It's just a nice slow, but you show it, you make it believable. And then a great first step, too, after that to get all the way to the rim. Nice move.
So Wayzata to within 2. Sanders with it out high, sending on her. Good help defense as the double comes, a near steal, but then they get it back. Turnaround try, wouldn't drop there for Silas. Sending into traffic. Nice strength with the ball, though, to not get tied up. Down low, Fornshell powering her way up. It rolls out. She gets it right back. And then back up top, Krasinski. Weber thought about it.
Yeah, Chaska doing a nice job of kind of stopping those drives. There's just been nowhere to go, forcing the perimeter passes.
Hand off to Senden. She'll stop and pop. That's no good. Nice block out though by Heyer. Heyer's pass deflected, but it still arrived with a different Chaska player. Long distance three for Sanders, in and out.
Oh, nice look.
Senden to
Nice
Krasinski for the layout.
I'll tell you what, Wayzata really runs the floor hard, Jay, in transition. They're bigs. As soon as they don't get it, they are sprinting the floor. Good throw ahead. Got a couple of easy baskets in transition here.
And that's the thing about them. I mean, that isn't really what they're known for, but they're able to do it and make it work when he's there.
Yeah, nice finish there by Kennedy Sanders. Yeah, there's Bryn Senden head up. Nice left-hand finish by Krasinski. Again, running hard in transition, you're going to get rewarded. And Kennedy Sanders comes right back, takes the contact. There's that strength again, able to finish through contact.
Plethora of changes for both teams.
Foul call went against Amelot, her second. So we've got a few players with two here, spread out between the two teams. No good on the free throw. So we stay at 16-14 Chaska. Fornshell to Krasinski coming up high. Senden. Stop and fires, no good. She tried to use Sanders' aggressiveness against her as she went for the steal on that handoff, but didn't quite finish. Now Sanders to the hoop, no good.
Nice power spin move there, just couldn't quite get it to fall. Kind of a tough angle.
Fornshell, the drive, yes, score it and one. Well, that's a difficult shot with your offhand.
Well, she's that good mix, Jay. She's 6'2", she's long, but she's also quick and strong. And watch her fight through this. Definitely contact, and like you said, with your offhand too. Great finish.
Lenzen will pick up the foul, so Wayzata ties it up and a chance to take the lead here if Shannon Fornshell can complete the three-point play, but missed it. And Trojans nearly got it back, but it'll be out of bounds in Chaska basketball. Sanders now being defended by Kate Adams, who's come in at that guard spot.
Oh, nice.
Keenan with the left-hand jump hook, in and out.
Nice little footwork there. Almost got it to fall.
Here's Senden.
Oh, I thought she was open there, Jay, from about 3 feet.
And the pull-up is good here for Krasinski.
Wow, gave up a good shot for a great shot. I think Wayzata's best if they can get that step, attack the paint like that, draw the help, get open looks for their teammates.
Sanders with the runner, almost banked it in from the baseline, but we'll get another crack at it as Heyer rebounded. High arcing three is short, but then retrieved by Lenzen. Sanders getting into the lane and then dishes it off. Heyer for three, and it's good. Chaska back in front.
Yeah, Aubrey Heyer, 5'11" junior, got a good look. Good pass by Sanders, setting up her teammates. Oh, nice cut.
Good nature, but not able to get the angle right there to bank that one in.
Yeah, that's tough when your momentum's carrying you away from the basket like that with your offhand.
I think sometimes you look up and you're like not exactly sure where you are too. Lenzen driving into traffic and is fouled.
Yeah, smart play, knowing it's not a charge, that you're going to draw contact, get to the free throw line.
Was it a foul number?
And that, I think, will be number 3 on Good Nature already. Hasn't played a lot of minutes, sometimes maybe just wrong place at the wrong time. Lenzen's free throw is good. So Good Nature will check out and Weber in for Wayzata. And Lenzen able to knock down a pair, so she has 5 points here tonight. Timeout taken here, 21-18 Chaska. Everything is advertised so far here, Ryan.
Yeah.
We've seen some very good plays, some good defense at times. Other times it's broken down a little bit, but you know that these teams are capable of beating you if you overcommit or you get a little out of position too.
Yeah, just high level girls basketball right now. Seeing both offenses being executed well, getting good looks defensively. Good size and good guard play on both sides. So yeah, just high level basketball.
I think it kind of shows these teams too that you have to practice hard and compete hard in practice to be ready for teams like this too. I mean, it's one thing for the coach to show it on the whiteboard, to show it from a video from previous game, but you get in there and work it and really do it in practice and drill hard, and those things show up on game night.
Well, when you play these is Julie Stewart in her second season here at Wayzata. When you play these top teams, the speed and the detail, you got to be locked in, right? And we've seen a couple early on where Chaska got some back doors and easy looks, and it's like that split-second breakdown defensively against these kind of teams, you're going to give up a basket. So you really got to be dialed in, pay attention to details.
Weber will bring it to Senden. Krasinski cutting, and their pass tip, but it gets there. Fornshell across. Weber will shoot that three, in and out. One-hand rebound ripped out of there, though, by Adams, but then she was tied up, and it'll stay with Wayzata.
Yeah, good effort by Adams. She got up there, got one arm on it, was not going to let go of that. What kind of effort? You steal a possession there.
Senden gets a screen. She'll shoot that three, but it's too hard, and Krasinski coming to chase down the rebound. Chaska had a block out, but it was kind of a long board. The lefty Adams fires a three and hits.
How about that? Comes in, gets a jump ball, steals the possession. Second chance points, gets an open look, knocks it down. Tie game.
And that's the thing in programs like these, there's a lot of depth, but you have to earn your minutes. You have to come in and make plays, and there's Sanders nailing a three.
Yeah, you can tell how confident she is at shooting that. She hasn't always been that way. She's really, last year and this year, really become a totally different shooter. See, there's no hesitation whatsoever, and she's got a good-looking shot.
Dump down low to Fornshell for the layup.
Well, I love how Fornshell sealed, and then you see a lot of girls come back and finish with the right. She just kept going. Finished on the other side with her left hand, almost impossible to defend.
Inside here, no good. Second crack at it will go, though, for Keenan.
Yep, stayed with it. Missed the first one, but relentless offensive rebounder just stayed with it and put it right back.
Senden trying to go inside, and that's going to be a foul on Keenan from behind there. Whistled for the personal. Not yet in the bonus yet, though, so they'll inbound on the baseline. Trojans down three as Senden gets it to Krasinski.
She's got a good first step for how tall she is, too. Quick off the ball.
Fornshell going to shoot that three. That one is not close. Weber able to save it. Sanders bringing it back. Kept the dribble alive. The scoop layup is good. That was nice.
Just good patience. He kind of probed. Thought she was going to give it up, and then re-probed again, able to get to the other side. Nice spin, too, on a tough angle. Nice touch. He's got 13 already in the first half.
Krasinski the up and under, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Keenan. No foul, no travel, just out of bounds.
Definitely some contact there. Yeah, that was off of the initial probe there. Again, just going the whole length of the court, keeping her dribble going too.
You know what that kind of reminded me of? When you play one-on-one against somebody who's older and maybe better, you have to create moves like that.
Yeah, you got a few tricks, right?
Fornshell posting,
Nice,
goes back to the left hand, no good. Weber up for the rebound, but then was tied up.
Yep. I'll tell you what, Fornshell didn't make that, but that was a great move. Wanted to go right, recognized it was taken away, and came back to the left. Look at this post move right here. Nothing there. Look at her spin back. Great footwork. Good hustle, too, by Weber to try to get that offensive rebound.
Chaska leading by 5 and trying to build on that now as they get the ball back. Higher steps in a little closer but missed it, and Oberlander a good block out.
Yeah, she missed it, but I love that move. A little shot fake, one dribble, mid-range pull-up.
Weber to the baseline, aggressively going up, no good. And it's out off of Chaska on the save. Boy, Weber wasn't going to take no for an answer there.
She plays so hard. Got a quick first step there, too. Almost finished.
Inbounded to Fornshell. Senden will shoot that 3, and it's short. And a nice block out there by Silas. Higher, dishing
nice
back.
pass.
Sanders layup good. Wow, that was nice offense.
Higher just kind of held on to it just enough to allow that cut there by Sanders to develop and able to finish. She's got 15 here, first half points.
Reminds you of a quarterback waiting for just the right time to hit a receiver.
Yep, let that receiver. A nice back cut by Bryn Senden.
Oberlander almost had the rebound. That was actually good timing too, but they didn't quite finish it. And that pass out of bounds off Chaska. So Hawks now up by 7. A couple different ways, but a couple impressive hoops in a row here. Little back cut. Senden got lost in the wash and layup good.
Well, and it's a great cut too. With so many players, you're not open initially, you stand, right? If you just keep moving and a great little back cut, you can lead to some easy baskets. And as a scorer, you know you can score some of the tough ones. You're going to hit some tough shots, contested shots, but if you can get a couple of those easy buckets like that, man, it just helps your confidence.
There's a look at, we said earlier, Mallory Higher for Chaska and Mara Braun from Wayzata. Pretty darn good last year as high school players, pretty darn good as college freshmen.
Yeah, and you see Higher at just under 12 and Mara Braun just under 19. She had a game in the high 30s earlier in the year, so really, really fun to see gals that, we've covered and see them go on to that next level and do so well, especially for the Gophers.
And another one that, not in, her school's not playing in high school game tonight, but Amaya Battle has also
Hopkins,
done a heck of a job for the Gophs.
Yeah, it's fun to see. And I mean, it's not a surprise too, because you got to think, Paige Beckers, who we covered forever, being really good at that high level. And these girls competed against Hopkins. They're used to playing against top-level competition, so great to see them do well.
Oberlander looked like he was going to have an easy 2. Keenan called for the foul on the block.
Yeah, she was surprised. I think she felt like she got all ball.
Number 22, Keenan of the Hawks.
That pass was not an easy one to sneak in. To be honest, when it was thrown, I thought it was going to be a turnover. Oberlander did a good job receiving it.
Yeah, just getting her hands on it. Yeah, great one hand there, and there's looked to be a lot of ball on that one. But again, you attack the basket, you go up strong, you're going to get some of those calls.
Second one no good, and chased down there by Schaefer. So Chaska with a 6-point lead, 2:40 to go. Schaefer a shot fake. Wayzata was zoning now. Sanders way deep shot there that was way short.
Yeah, the couple that she's missed, I feel like she hasn't gotten her legs into it. She's caught it higher and kind of started that way. When she's been able to get down, get her legs involved, she's been money from hit a couple of threes.
Weber coming out to the wing now. Fornshell looking inside to Oberlander, and a foul committed by Silas. They like that high-low.
Yep.
Generally got two pretty decent,
First personal of the Hawks, number 15.
good post players or fours out there, if you will. And
yeah, with Fornshell, and then you add in Oberlander too. That's a tough high-low matchup. Reminds me back, a couple years ago when they were really good with some of the size that they had. They'd run that high-low with Annika Stewart as the shooter, right? So you kind of couldn't double. It was really tough to defend. If you got two post players that can pass and finish, it becomes hard to guard.
Wayzata hasn't fared particularly well from the line tonight on their home court. Part of the reason they're down 6 is they're in a 2-3 zone now these last couple trips. Under 2 minutes to play. Heyer will go back out. Sanders shooting a 3, and it's short. Inside, and a nice dish. Sanders cutting free for the layup.
Great pass, great vision, but again, Sanders, that's the second or third time she's just gotten an easy bucket by cutting well. She's got 17. Talk about a big first half. She's got over half of their points.
Sendon driving into traffic, and it'll be out off of Chaska, it looks like.
And good defense there, too, to just not body, right? It's such a desire to get your hands and get physical, but you just play good defense, make the offense make a tough play.
Fornshell swooping in with that left hand again.
Looks like we're watching repeat on that, right? She's so good. If she can get that half a step with her length and able to finish again with that offhand.
Approaching a minute to go in the first half. Chaska by 6. Schaefer's going to shoot up a 3, and she hits. Big bucket there. First bench point for the Hawks. Brzezinski cut off, now goes over to Fornshell. Shannon Fornshell to drive again and lays it in. Boy, our two key players from the pregame have answered the bell tonight for sure. 35-28 now. Silas lost it, and her pass tipped, and Sendon up with the steal. Bryn Sendon, a little hesitation dribble, and then was fouled by Heyer. So Chaska, 3 of their 5 starters now have 2 fouls, and for Wayzata, they've got Goodnature, one of their top subs, with 3, and Amelot and Hawkins have both, Hawkinson, have both picked up a couple. And again, Wayzata not able to get it to go at the line as Sendon misses. Adams getting set to come in, but she'll replace the shooter, Sendon, so we'll wait and see if this goes in. And it does. So 4 points now for Bryn. Adams will come in. Chaska's lead cut to 6. 19 to play. Probably will hold for the last shot, you would think here, as Kennedy Sanders will walk it into the front court for the Hawks. Wayzata, as they've been about the last 4 possessions or so in a 2-3 zone. And go a little high-low. Silas lost it though. And then we'll get a tie-up with 0.1 to go. Wayzata will get the ball, but not really much time to do anything with this. And so we reach halftime in this one with Chaska on the road here, leading it by 6, a lead of 35-29. A well played first half here as these teams have kind of gone back and forth, battling it out. It's been an impressive matchup here. Let's go now to Ryan with Coach Seifert.
At Wayzata, tough team, up 6 at half. What did you think there of the first half?
I think we've done a pretty good job. We've had some nice finishes. Kennedy Sanders has had a good first half for us. We talked about taking care of the ball, limiting their second opportunities. So we gave up some good drives at the end, but I think overall we're rebounding pretty well, so I hope we can keep that up.
Key to the second half, what do you want to see?
We got to keep making plays and play great defense.
Last question, tough opening part of the schedule. Is that on purpose? You like challenging your team early in the year?
I do. Our conference isn't as strong sometimes, so we always want to play the top teams to prepare us.
Awesome. Well, good luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Jay.
Thanks, Ryan, and thanks to Coach Seifer. We'll hear from Julie Stewart coming back into the second half. 35-29, Chaska leading Wayzata at the half. We'll have more basketball here on CCX Sports.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there, choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back. The Wayzata girls cross-country team was honored here at halftime tonight, state championship team, and wow, what a dominant year they had, and the boys as well, but the girls being honored here tonight. Grace Weber, one of their top runners, wasn't in that group at halftime because she was busy getting the halftime talk from Coach Stewart and crew, so congratulations. They had another great fall for Wayzata Athletics. They
Volleyball
had multiple
as well,
state
right? Yeah,
champions.
just all across the board, just tremendous athletics.
First half of this one, they end up trailing by 6 as we check out some of the highlights from this opening half, and a nice early move by the sophomore Keenan to score it there for the Hawks. And then Sanders in transition, crosses over, gets the N1.
Yeah, great strength, great body control there.
Wayzata pushing it, Kuzminski getting the layup there.
I think they got to get back to more of that, pushing the ball. When they were able to throw the ball ahead like that, their bigs do such a good job of running the floor hard, get some early looks.
Adams coming off the bench and contributing, nailing a 3 right there, and then
this is the one I love. Kind of lulled everyone to sleep, thinking she was going to pick her dribble up, kept it going, finish on the other side. Nice move. 2 of her 17 first half points.
And then a great cut and pass here.
She had a couple of those there at the end of the half there where she was able to cut. Here's another one. Great vision here, good cut, easy layup.
And they see the scoring. Sanders, good as advertised there, 17 in the first half, with Keenan with 7, and Fornshell an impressive half for the
We
Trojans.
must know what we're doing in that pregame show, right? Highlighting those two.
So we'll come back with more here in just a moment as the Trojans try to battle back from a 6-point halftime deficit here against Chaska. Welcome back here to Wayzata as the team's warming up for half number 2 here. Chaska leading it by a score of 35-29. One thing we didn't talk about is nobody in really bad foul trouble. Good Nature had 3, as we said, for Wayzata, but quite a few players do have 2, so that's something to kind of keep an eye on, especially early in that half. Let's go over to Ryan with Coach Stewart.
Hey, Coach, down 6 at half to a really good team. What did you see that you liked and didn't like there in the first half?
Well, I thought our 4 and 5, I thought we were doing a nice job of penetrating from the high post. And then I thought we need to adjust defensively. We got to find the shooters, and we got to keep Sanders going east-west, and just more communication defensively, and work hard to get stops.
Hey, I know you got to go quick. Wayzata will win if?
I just think it's one stop at a time and one play at a time. It's not going to happen in one instant, but just keep grinding, and I think we'll be fine.
Awesome. Good luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Jay.
Thanks, Ryan, and thanks to Coach Stewart there, and stopping to give us a moment of her time as getting set for that second half. And yeah, I think for a large part they played fairly well defensively, but there were just a few lapses where they gave up, a couple, and I think that in part might have led to them going to that zone late in the half, as they're giving up a few too many back cuts or plays that, just the Hawks were able to burn them with either Sanders making a cut or with the dribble, and as she said, wanting to make Kennedy go east and west more instead of turning the corner and going downhill. So will be Chaska ball to begin half number 2. I was just saying, Ryan, I thought probably 85% of the half Wayzata played good D, but just a few of those lapses that I know bug a coach when they get a backdoor cut on you or something like that.
Especially when it's the player is going to score, right? The featured scorer. Interesting, too, they played a couple possessions of zone there at the end of the first half. Here they go right into it as well and force up a tough shot.
I know I've said this many times over the years. I don't understand why more teams don't play zone.
Yeah,
I understand you want your players to learn to play defense the right way and all that, but if you're trying to win a varsity game, a lot of times the zone is going to give you a better opportunity.
Yeah. Good kick out again by Sanders, and Heyer knocks it down. Yeah, I agree with you, and especially and you don't have to stay in it, but maybe a possession here and there just to kind of get a team out of rhythm. I'm with you. It just kind of, sometimes it can take really aggressive players and make them unaggressive because they're not sure if they should still drive or if they should cut. It just kind of helps an offense be a little stagnant. So I'm totally with you, just even changing it up from possession to possession.
Amelot, who didn't play a whole lot in that first half, got a couple of early fouls, and it kind of took her out of her rhythm, I think. Yeah,
and hasn't scored yet either, and she's a very good, capable scorer.
Fornshell will step up and shoot it. No good. Sanders the rebound. Chaska will live with her shooting that as compared to swooping in for those layups. Sanders flipping it up. It won't go, but she was fouled.
Well, now, interesting, one of the things Coach Stewart was talking about is not letting Sanders go north and south, right? And there you just see her go from a rebound all the length of the court without any help, and no one's stopping her. The problem with her, too, is if you do help, she's such a good passer, she'll find open shooter, but you almost want to give that up to an open shot to someone else rather than her getting all the way to the rim.
Weber comes in, Sandon will check out. Sanders up to 19 points already, 3 for 4 at the free throw line. 11-point lead, biggest of the game.
Yeah, Wayzata's got to get a couple of plays here, a couple of baskets, get back into this game, and get the momentum. They seem Chaska had a good start to the game, and then Wayzata really played well the middle part of that half. You're seeing a lot of deflections and turnovers. There's no rhythm offensively.
Schulke got her hand on that one. Now Sanders with the floater. That was not an easy shot. It was kind of like almost in between.
Kind of gathered as she was floating, and yeah, not an easy look.
13-point Hawks lead. Well, the last thing Coach Stewart said to you is, you got to go one possession at a time. We're not going to get it all back at once. And now here's Hawkinson nailing a 3.
Yeah, and that's big because she is a very good shooter and scorer, and just has not been able to get it going tonight. There, hits a beautiful 3. Let's see if that can't spark the Trojans. They're back in that 2-3 zone here too. Oh, good box out.
Yeah, we're going to get a foul on Keenan coming over the back. It'll be her 3rd.
I'll tell you what, Chaska missed Keenan. She was wide open under the basket there. They ended up kicking it out for a 3. But good box out.
Ella Keenan, her 3rd personal for the Hawks.
That's her 3rd, too. That's something to keep an eye on.
Hawkinson will give it up to Fornshell here. Trojans trying to get it back to single digits. They've been briefly trailing by double figures here. It's at 10 right now. Uzinski whipping it into Fornshell. He's going to look for it. Oh, they called a travel. A shuffle, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, there's been a few travels tonight that I was like, Not so sure on, but.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what Wayzata would want right there. You know, Fornshell on the block one-on-one. She's shown to be very, very effective at scoring from that.
Sanders down toward the corner, and that one too strong. And go for Schulte. And here, there's a foul in the backcourt going against Lenzen. And I think that was kind of an indication of sometimes what a zone will do to you there. It's not a terrible shot, but
it's a quicker shot.
Yeah.
You could have gotten a better shot. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. You sometimes rush a shot, or you're just a little bit less aggressive.
I always feel like a lot of times against the zone, you're not as sure if you're open as you are against the man-to-man. Here's Hawkinson letting it rip and hitting another three. Sophia Hawkinson back-to-back threes to start this second half.
And she can be streaky. She can be such a good shooter, so that's a great sign for Wayzata.
Keenan the miss. Amelot the rebound. Trojans all of a sudden right back in it, down 7. And we got a lane violation called there against the Trojans.
Yeah, Krasinski was in the lane there. It looked like she might have gotten out of it, but I could tell the ref was watching it, and when she kind of came out of it, she left one of her feet still in it. That's questionable, but you could tell he was looking for it.
Yeah, you see a few of those a year just to keep people honest.
Yeah.
And an offensive foul against the Hawks.
I don't like that call. If there's any kind of contact, like as a screener, you have the right to brace yourself. I don't know.
Schaefer picked up the foul there. Amelot keeps that dribble going. Little floater wouldn't drop. And then Schaefer squeezes the rebound.
Great little hesitation there just to be able to get to the rim. She kind of a difficult angle, right? She kind of couldn't, not on the baseline, but couldn't necessarily bank it.
Back out, Lukoski missing. Wayzata's gone back to man-to-man, but Chaska's still kind of a little cold here. Here's Hawkinson for another. Wow, Sophie Hawkinson, 3 threes to begin the half. Schulte trying to answer, cannot do it. Wayzata down now just 4. It was 13 not long ago. Amelot trying to keep the streak going, no. But Fornshell the rebound. Fornshell with the layup, wow.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've gotten it stop by stop, right? Forcing threes for Chaska on one end. Sophie Hawkinson hitting 3, and that time Fornshell with a great move. And just like that, Jay, it's a 2-point game.
Well, Coach said we're not going to get back in it all at once. I don't know. Maybe that's
pretty close.
Their players didn't hear that.
Yeah, nice little offensive rebound. Watch her step through right there. She's got that great length that kind of allows her to get those shots off. She's got 14 points. Hawkinson 9 points in about a minute and a half here. So Wayzata, just like that, back into this game.
And if you're Chaska now, they're trying to find themselves again offensively. For a while there, late in the first half, everything was just flowing real nice for them, but now lately, just not making shots, but also not getting as easy of looks as they were for a while.
And they're settling too, I think, for the first open 3, right? And it's hard to do when you got a lead and you feel like, yeah, I can make this, but sometimes you got to wait, be patient, get a better shot.
Sanders missed it. We're going to get another foul away from the ball on Chaska, it looks like.
Get Silas
will
yeah.
get it. Trying to get position down low, I think. Oh, an illegal screen a little bit.
Oh, man.
I hate to say it, but if that's going to be a foul, they're going to be fouls on most possessions then. Ooh, that'll be a travel on Hawkinson. Because, in theory, you're supposed to be stationary on the screen.
Let that go. Those are the kind of calls that they didn't give anyone an advantage, right? Just let it go. I love when referees think we're here to see every little, it's like just understand the flow of the game a little bit.
Schulke getting it over to Sanders.
Oh, nice.
Crossover on Weber, and then a 3 from Lenzen, and that one's good. And that one came off a hard dribble drive and kick.
Well, and I'll tell you what, it wasn't easy. That was contested too, but what I love that Lenzen did is she caught that. She was ready to shoot. Had her legs loaded and able to knock it down. That's a big answer there for Chaska. They've struggled to score the last couple of minutes.
And that's what players learn as they get older too, is that, that little bit of difference matters. You don't really have time to gather the ball down at your hip.
Yeah. By then the defense is closed out. So if you're a shooter and playing with Kennedy Sanders, you're going to get open looks because she draws so much attention.
Oberlander rebounds that air ball, gathers herself and scores.
I love how she didn't force it. She was behind the rim. I think when she realized it, she took her time, got that back dribble, got a good angle, and able to finish.
3-point game again now after Oberlander's bucket. Oh, Sanders tipped that one away.
Yeah.
Ball was thrown toward her teammate Lenzen, but she didn't realize it.
I think she stuck a hand in and realized at the last second, but she had already touched it. And Chaska just a little bit rattled here offensively.
Hemlock will inbound for the Trojans. They have stormed back. They were down briefly 13 points early in the second half, and now sitting at a 3-point deficit. Fornshell looking to attack with that jump hook, no good. Tipped out, and Sanders will get to it.
I know she didn't make that, but I like that offense. I'd keep going to her.
Little hesitation dribble and left-hand layup. Sanders, wow.
Yeah. Just a little great body control, a little change of pace, right? Sometimes that's all you need is slow to fast. You see she kind of stopped, hesitated, then exploded. Again, finishing with that offhand. 23.
And see why Colorado is happy to have signed her. Fornshell will kick it back out.
Well, I thought she was thinking about that.
Hawkinson the drive and was fouled.
Nice, yep.
Schulke, I think, will get her 4th.
Yeah, quick first step. Nice job drawing the contact. Watch a little hesitation right there. And all that does is just gets that defense, you relax, it's just natural to step up, get out of your stance just for a half a second, and then she doesn't need much, again, with great strength.
Hawkinson's free throw is good, so Krasinski coming back in, and Oberlander checks out. Hawkinson misses the second, and it's going to be out off Wayzata. Good effort there, but couldn't quite keep it in.
You mentioned this, Jay, in the first half, but they've certainly left plenty of points on the free throw line here today. Hawkinson normally a really good free throw shooter, too.
Yeah, that one right through Hires. Oh, wait a minute. They say an Hemlock touched it.
She might have touched it, but she wasn't the last one to touch it. That went right through Chaska's hand.
Sanders coming out to get it, now looking to drive it at Weber. Step back, long 2, but no good.
And same thing with her. When she gets her feet set and gets her legs under, she's lethal from there, but missed a couple of those jumpers short. Nice spin.
Krasinski shreds her defender there, sheds her defender, excuse me, and then missed it though, and then a foul on the Trojans after Keaton grabbed the rebound.
That was a great move, kind of set it up perfectly, went right, spun back to the left, but just kind of short-armed it.
She kind of realized about halfway down the lane that, hey, the defender's not here anymore. She's laying on the ground.
Wide open.
Sanders lets it rip. It is short, though. And nice rebound by Hawkinson.
Oh, I wanted to pull that.
Weber. Back to Hawkinson. Gonna get an offensive foul on Kraswinski there.
Offensive foul number 30.
Yeah, you can see kind of flailing that arm a little bit. And you love that she's battling for position there, but.
Coach Stewart kind of voicing her opinion on that.
Official blood timeout. Sponsored by Bobby Papers.
Oh, looks like we have some blood. So send the teams their benches while they get that cleaned up.
Extended checks into Wayzata.
So look at the rankings as Chaska coming in at 4 and Wayzata at number 6. You see very late conference heavy at the top.
Yeah, you got darn near the whole Lake Conference in the top 5 and the top 6. That's going to be a brutal conference schedule to go through. Good to see Minnetonka up in that top 5. Maple Grove, top 10, 2 early losses, but again, playing a tough schedule. It just seems like both boys and girls basketball this year, the top teams are playing really tough schedules to start the year. Love to watch it.
Here's what we've got coming up on CCX is we'll see girls action Thursday night, Champlain Park's at Rogers, and then a boys game Friday with De La Salle and Cooper matching up. And then girls hockey with Maple Grove at home to face Champlain Park Coon Rapids, and then Wayzata boys hockey as they are undefeated to begin this year as well.
That's always a good matchup.
Who do you hate more than Eden Prairie? I mean, let's be honest.
What's that?
Who do you hate more than Eden Prairie?
Oh, no, I tell you what. Well, you think about it, though, in the last few years, I mean, I would say Wayzata has won more across the board and stuff than Eden Prairie.
Yeah, that may be true. And I'm just having fun with you, Ryan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, it's easy. It's you get sick of seeing the same 1 or 2 schools win it every year. But
you see Wayzata with a victory over Lakeville North and Prior Lake, and again, they have not shied away from good early competition as well.
Well, and even that December 16th game at Holy Family. Holy Family's got one of the highest recruited players in the state there as well, so that's not an easy game either.
And there you see what the most recent action for Chaska. And as we said, Friday, they got STMA coming to Chaska, and that'll
be a good one.
That's a very good team. Somebody must have been bleeding for a little bit because they're wiping up multiple spots on the court. It looked like they were checking with that it might have been Hawkinson who they were looking at her hand, finger.
Well, that hand is, if anything, it might be on fire from the shooting that she just had.
That's a good point.
Well, you missed it, Jay. The first game of our doubleheader, the net went bad here. One of the net loops broke, and Coach Snetler during the national anthem was up on a ladder fixing the net. So he was a full service before the game. Yeah, I didn't see any blood anywhere or on anyone, but to your point, they're cleaning the majority of the floor here.
It's almost like a little extra halftime kind of thing here as the teams regroup a little bit. And we're at a 4-point game. It was a 6-point lead for Chaska at halftime. But then all of a sudden they ballooned that lead up to 13. And there was, a time when you start to think, well, maybe they're going to pull away here. But then just like that, Sophie Hawkinson, 3 straight threes, and Wayzata was right back in it. And now that's we're back to where a lot of the first half was with teams, right within 4 to 6 point range for a long time.
Well, and keep in mind too, I mean, it's always hard when you have a sustained break like this too, especially if you're the team with the momentum, it can kind of halt that.
Yeah, it does look like Hawkinson's the one that they're saying,
We got Chaska gals are dancing on the on the bench. I like it. You don't see that in boys basketball too often. But you love the team spirit.
Coach Stewart telling Weber, get up on Sanders, and Weber is very quick. And
she'll be pesky,
feisty,
right? Yeah. You got to do it without fouling. And remember, Kennedy Sanders is so deceptive, right? She's got that quick first step, good body control. So you got to pester her without giving her a lane to the basket.
Higher short on the 3 there. Fornshell the rebound.
Great box out by Krasinski.
And down low they go to Abby, and she scores it quickly.
Yeah, great box out, and then she sprinted that floor hard. And again, I just love how fast Wayzata runs the floor.
2-point game. Lenzen almost lost it on her hip there. And looks like we have a foul call. Krasinski will pick it up.
Yeah, and again, good push. They've been so good, I think, in transition. Before Chaska's defense can get set up, if they can push the ball there and get easy looks, it's really been effective for them.
Give Sendon credit, too, for that quick dump down. Dyer picks up her dribble here, and it almost got away from Lenzen. Oh, that's going to be an offensive foul as her hand got up into the face of Sendon.
And you just kind of feel the defensive intensity just ratcheted up a little bit. Pressure in the ball, no easy outlet passes, so kind of forcing Chaska to play a little bit faster than they want. And there, yeah, you see that left hand, really easy call for the referee.
So Wayzata a chance to tie it or take the lead with a 3 here. Fornshell, nice drive, but then her pass was tipped. She had Sendon open in the corner, but
she had Sendon open. I would have liked to see her finish that. Got right to the front of the rim there with her length and quickness. I thought she could have finished.
Fornshell,
close to
just
5,
got it in. Fornshell calling for it inside, but then Sanders with a great steal. Into traffic. Sanders trying to dish it off. Broken up though. And then it'll be a tie-up. It'll go Wayzata's way.
Jump ball, possession to Wayzata.
So Hawkinson's back in there. They've got that finger taped up.
Must be the most vascular finger on planet Earth, as it is a 20-minute blood delay.
Well, and you hate to, you wonder for a shooter, you're not really dying to have a finger taped up on your shooting hand either.
No, especially on your fingers, right, where you get some of that feel of that. Oh, are they going to get Krasinski down low?
Yeah, let's look at.
They've gotten her a couple times using those arms and elbows, trying to get extra position. That's going to be her 4th. That's a big call.
So she'll check out. See if we can see it down low on the post there, getting backing in with her elbow up.
And she had position, you know what I mean? That second back end.
Sanders cutting free. Now a little floater up over Fornshell and good. Wow.
Yeah.
They came at her with like 2.5 defenders there, and she just calmly dribbled back out a little ways and then attacked. I'm sure Wayzata has been talking to them. We don't want 2 getting in the lane like this, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah, they're going to get a push there on Sophie Hawkinson as well. I'll tell you, pressure can do that to you, right? That just knowing that they're in your space, it's a natural tendency to want to use the elbows and arms to push away and get space. So I think you credit the Chaska defense as well. Yeah,
and it's similar to when we saw Lenzen throw her arm out. It was because Sendon was really up on her and bothering her. Sanders kicking it out. Good recovery defensively though. Schaefer will drive and finish with the left hand.
That was great. I thought she was going to finish right into traffic. Just completely switched to her left hand. Great finish.
Hawks by 6. We're under 7 minutes to play. Fornshell driving. Defender went down as Keenan with kind of a soccer flop there, but it didn't work, but the shot was missed. And Lenzen is fouled.
Yeah, that's too bad because Fornshell, really nice move. Looked like tried to draw an offensive foul, kind of a little bit of a flop there, and she was able to get a great look and just couldn't finish. Yeah, every time Wayzata kind of gets it really close, you see Chaska get a stop and get a couple of baskets and push that lead. Now we're back to 7.
Wayzata, a 30-second timeout.
Wayzata is going to use a timeout here. The first free throw good, and Lenzen will have one more coming after the timeout here. Yeah, I think both teams now, maybe in particular Wayzata, going to have to adjust a little bit. They've committed some fouls that, like you were saying, maybe getting frustrated a little bit by the defense or whatever. And you know, on a few of them, you might have said possibly a tight call, but at the same time, they still have to adjust and you know, kind of go with the way the game is.
And even like that last foul in Grzinski, she had position right there. And kind of secondly, you know, you bring that second set of elbows when you already have that position. That's, especially when the ref's already called one on you, so they're kind of watching for it again. So you're right, it might be a little tight, but you got to adjust to it.
Remember, more than once, you know, you get in a huddle and the coach is mad at you for fouling. You say, well, I really didn't foul him. Well, if the referee says you did, then you did.
Yeah. Oh, good rhythm there on the bench.
Wayzata, I believe, only has 4 players out there right now. I'm not sure what the...
Oh, you see Hawkinson again there looking at that finger.
Yeah, that might have been the reason. So Sendon is sent in to replace her. Lenzen second free throw no good, so the timeout might have worked. Oh, then a steal though. Schulke goes around the D and lays it in.
It just kept her dribble. No reverse layup, just completely did a little U-turn on the baseline and had a wide open 3-footer. That's a big one.
Not a bad time for her first bucket of the night right there.
Yeah, put you up 9.
Weber to Sendon. Trojans got back in it quickly when they went down 13 earlier, but now we're a little later in the game. Fornshell to drive and partially blocked there by Schaefer.
Good contest by Schaefer, good drive.
Lenzen a shot fake, goes around the D and scores.
Went around and then kind of slid through. I didn't think she had anywhere to go, no opening there, but kind of slithered her way through it. Nice job finishing. Just like that, Chaska going from up 2 to up 11.
Fornshell bullying her way in there and is fouled by Schaefer.
Yeah, this basket here, right off of the missed free throw, just a great job anticipating by Schulke. And I love that, no reverse layup, just kept dribbling and able to finish in there. Just a nice job being slippery, right? Slipping through, avoiding the contact, able to finish.
Hawkinson coming back in. Fornshell made the first, makes the second. She has 16 points now for the Trojans. They are back to within 9, and Sanders back in after a very brief rest.
Yep.
Weber will chase her around.
Yep, and you see Wayzata picking up full court. I like that. Try to see if you can't steal a possession or two here, get a turnover and easy basket. Cut this down to 1 or 2 possessions.
Lenzen down the baseline is cut off. Schulke falls down and loses it.
And if she hadn't lost her balance, she had a nice open look here. Again, kind of a nice little hesitation. Got to the middle of the paint there, just lost her balance.
Fornshell bringing it. Now we'll dump it inside. Krasinski attacks and scores.
God, they have great footwork. That high-low, so effective. Krasinski caught it, immediately goes left. Great finisher with that offhand.
7-point game. 5 minutes to play. Wayzata right back in it.
That's what they needed, those 2 stops, 2 baskets.
Lenzen missing inside, partially blocked. Here comes Hawkinson.
See if she pulls it. Oh, nice look.
Fornshell, no, it rolls out.
What a great cut and a great pass. That's a second easy one in the second half. Fornshell so good at the basket. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Sanders keeps that dribble going, attacks, no good though, and Amelot to rebound. The possessions only get bigger from here on, 7-point game.
Oh, nice little give and go, nice.
Layup is good for Fornshell from Krasinski.
I'll tell you what, those 2 really play well together too, don't they? They're great at passing to each other and knowing where each other's going to be.
Back for Sanders, knocked away. Let's see who this is going to be off of. It'll be Chaska ball, it looks like, but they thought that Sanders was fouled.
Yeah, a little give and go here. Again, great cut, good hands. And again, that finish with that left hand. Beautiful pass, not an easy catch either. And it's that same version, flip-flop too. Fornshell to Krasinski's been good as well. They really play well off of each other.
Yeah, they got some of the same strengths and some a little different, but they mesh very well.
Similarly.
Keenan inside, a little jump hook, no good. It bounces over the higher and she misses. Then Lenzen gets it and scores.
Yeah, pounding the offensive glass.
And Chaska will take a timeout. That was big. Wayzata, if they had been able to clear that defensive rebound there, they would have been, in a position to cut the lead a little closer. And Coach Stewart, I think, is
saying we had the ball.
Yeah,
how did they call
how did they get a timeout?
I think the referee's saying I missed it. And there's the first look. Tip, an easy look. You're absolutely right, Jay. If Wayzata could have gotten out of that with that rebound, a 5-point game, totally different feel to it. So that was some big offensive rebounds.
And really, it's probably been Wayzata that's benefited from that more than Chaska night, overall tonight. Yep. But that was a key clutch rebound there. Yep. It's been interesting, too. I think Chaska's done a pretty good job of not playing just to protect the lead. They've stayed aggressive.
Still being aggressive, shooting. Yeah, I agree with you.
I feel like teams make that mistake sometimes. They'd be like, well, okay, we're hanging on to a 6-point lead here, and it's too early. I mean, if it's under a minute, maybe, yeah. But
it's almost like the prevent defense, right? In the NFL, you go to prevent offense. I never like that. Stay aggressive. Stay with what's gotten you to this lead. I'll tell you, Chaska's been resilient, too. Every time Wayzata's kind of ratcheted up, gotten the lead down, they've had a pretty nice response and a good answer.
Fornshell at the high post, now goes to Krasinski, and then Fornshell diving down to the block. Comes back left hand for the layup.
Tough angle, too. She didn't have a great angle, but she's almost better finishing with that left hand. So good. That gives her 20 points tonight. She's been awesome.
Keenan swings it over Schaefer and now Sanders. Looking to attack, goes up and under, no good, and it's no foul, just out of bounds. It'll be Wayzata ball. Coach Seifert asking, wasn't it at least blocked, and they say no.
Oh, I thought it was at least deflected, didn't you? Kind of a nice behind the back, great move.
Well, yeah, it was hard to tell. It looked like somebody did tip it, but here's Amelot with the drive and one.
Great strong finish. Only a freshman, but she's got great strength. And I love there was no hesitation at all. She got it, went as hard as she could, able to finish it. Look at her go through that contact. That's a tough finish as you're kind of falling down too. That's a great move, a chance to make this a 2-point game. And
she hits, and that was her first basket of the night. What a clutch time for that.
Yeah. Good time to start.
Sanders open and hits.
No rush, no panicking.
Down they come to Fornshell. Oops, tried to go over her shoulder with that one.
Yeah, it's tough when you're running full speed like that to catch.
Lenzen dribbling and attacking, and then they get bunched up. Oh, it went off Hawkinson. Chaska got away with one there. They pretty much dribbled right into each other there.
No. I think it even surprised Hawkinson that the ball was just right in her hands. Unable to hold on to that. Chaska lucky to maintain possession there.
And kind of a example when the coach will tell you, be going somewhere. If you're going to dribble it like that, you know, you
have purpose, right? You got to have purpose on your drive.
Hawkinson must be bleeding again, I think. She's frustrated. That's, you know, it's a tough deal. And it looks like they're going to have another stoppage here.
Oh, she's frustrated. I think everyone's frustrated with the third or fourth blood timeout.
So Sendon will check in. And again, we talked about earlier that, you know, I mean, I guess if you're like an offensive lineman in football, you can just put a huge wrap on it, but she wants to still be able to shoot and handle the ball.
Yeah.
So. And Hawkinson not happy, but told you can't go back in just yet. She was all ready to head back on the court. Now they're going to send her to the score table. Sanders will inbound here sometime, eventually. Inbounded to Higher. Chaska leading it by 4. 2:10 to play. Sanders with Weber out tracking her. Sanders out on the left side. Weber fouled her. Not really a bad foul to take, though, I don't think. I mean, you're being aggressive.
It's where you love having Kennedy Sanders as your senior point guard, right? This exact type of situation. You want to make sure you make good decisions, you take care of the ball, and good free throw shooter, you make them pay for fouling you.
Sanders hits.
I remember seeing her as a freshman, and she was just a spark plug then. But I can tell you, her shot looks so much improved. She's got almost perfect form.
Sendon will come in for Weber. She was almost going to replace Hawkinson, and coach, no. And Sanders nails them both.
And just having her decision making and her ability to knock those free throws down, huge.
Fornshell at the high post, giving it to Sendon. They don't need a 3 here. It's a 6-point game. I mean, if one presents itself, that's fine. But turned it over. Sendon was starting to cut, and they got a little bunched up.
Fornshell and Sendon in that same spot there. Maybe neither one sure who that one was going to.
Sanders will bring it up court here against Sendon. Get a foul on Bryn Sendon. The one bit of good news is she has some fouls to give still. That was still her second.
No, but what I would do if I'm Wayzata is I'd run a second defender at Kennedy Sanders as she's bringing it up. you know, just force her to give it up and then maybe trap someone else that's not quite as comfortable with the ball as she is.
.30 points now for Kennedy Sanders. And gets the second one as well. She was thinking it might be short to get a little extra knee bend there. So now an 8-point lead for Chaska. Everything's going to have to go right for Wayzata from here. Fornshell down low, lays it in. She's had a heck of a night.
Again, that high-low just so effective, and there's a quick foul as well. I would not foul her. I'd try to trap her. She's hit 4 straight. You don't want to put her on the free throw line.
Shannon will pick it up again, I think, and Sanders back to the stripe. Well, you talked about earlier, if you can work in a few layups within a game and get to the line a lot and make them, you're going to be golden.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to have nights like
plus.
this.
Yep. 6 in a row. And again, your senior leader, your best player, that's who you want with the ball.
And off to Sendon here and knocked away. She thought she was just about to gather and thinking she'd have a layup.
Some quick hands got in there, though.
Still not completely out of it here. It's an 8-point game, but time dwindling here, a little over a minute. Hawkinson was fouled, I believe.
Yeah, she got those 3 looks kind of to jumpstart this rally back to it, and she hasn't gotten a good look since, so Chaska doing a nice job closing out, not giving her a look.
Lenzen will pick up the foul. Hawkinson to the line here and chance to score points with the clock stopped here. Double bonus for both now, so 2 free throws. Hawkinson's had a huge second half, and she's probably saying I would have had even more if my finger wouldn't stop bleeding.
Stupid blood thing wasn't happening, yeah. Well, she got such a nice looking shot.
Missed that second one, and then a quick foul taken by Fornshell.
No, that's smart. It's going to be double bonus, but still, you're put Keenan on the line as opposed to Sanders. That's a smart play.
Keenan was at the line in the first half, went 1 for 2. Hasn't scored here in the second, but a good young player.
Yeah. Only a sophomore, had a couple of nice buckets, including the first one of the game, that baseline drive.
And Keenan, boy, Chaska's done a great job at the line down the stretch here. Been perfect. Little give and go back to Hawkinson. Nice fake there and scores.
Great fake.
7-point game. Hawks looking to get inbound. Defender falls, so higher than left wide open, and Fornshell rather foul her.
Yeah, about 13 points all in the second half for Sophie Hawkinson.
2 shots.
Free throw is good. Hunter has 7 points, which doesn't sound like a huge amount, but you just feel like she's made a really positive impact on the game for them.
Rebounding, defense, yeah, and kind of timely baskets when they've needed them. She's been great tonight. Again, when you have Kennedy Sanders getting you 33, you just need a couple pieces to fill in around her, and they've done a nice job.
Down to a half minute to go. Wayzata down 9. Going to lose for the first time this year, it would appear. Hawkinson short with that, and Schulke the rebound. Higher is grabbed there by Hawkinson. And it'll be free throws.
Well, it's a big-time win for Chaska on the road. Oh, they're ranked higher than Wayzata, but still going on the road, beating an undefeated Wayzata team at home. And just the way they did it, they kind of sustained multiple runs at them and did what a championship caliber team should do. They had a response. They knocked their free throws down, took care of the ball here down the stretch.
Only the second miss in this half
Yeah.
at the line there for Chaska, and first down the stretch, but looks like it's not going to matter because their lead is 10 with under 20 to go here. Brzezinski with it. Now Amelot looking to drive it and off the window and good. But time's going to run out on the Trojans as Chaska will win it 71-63 behind a 33-point outburst here tonight from Kennedy Sanders. So a good win for Chaska. Wayzata, first loss of the year, but a good learning for both teams. 71-63 our final score here tonight. Chaska wins it. For all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Wayzata.